Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call Almaty Toastmasters Club to order. My name is Tom Barkowski. I'm the president of Almaty Toastmasters Club. There's several clubs around Kazakhstan. There's one in Astana. There's one in Atara. And there's also, we've tried to open ones in Karaganda and Shymkent as well. But around the world, there's over 12,000 clubs in over 122 different countries. And all over the world, people are doing basically the same thing, giving prepared speeches, having impromptu speeches, and evaluation. Before we begin our meeting, we just have a couple items of business before I turn over to our Toastmaster for the day. And as we do so, I'd first like our officers to introduce themselves and their roles, starting here with my right.
Hi everybody, Greg Heaver. I'm the treasurer of the club, so I just take your fees and keep records of all the club finances.
So guests are always welcome. It's always free to attend as a guest. If you want to become an official member, there are fees that you pay to receive the official certificates from Toastmasters International. Our next officer down the line is Begzad.
Good evening everybody, welcome to our meeting. My name is Begzad Hakim. As Tom said, I'm the vice president of education of this club, so my main duty is to make sure that we have regular meetings and we have enough participants. If you have any questions about the club in general, you're welcome after the meeting. Thank you.
And we have our sergeant at arms.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Ilyas Batyrov and I'm Sergeant of Arms. I'm responsible for the stuff which you see on your tables, and in case of a fire, follow me. I know the road, short road to the street. And please put your mobile phone on silent tone. Okay? Thank you very much.
So in order for clubs to function, we also have officers like Secretary, Vice President of Education, and Vice President of Public Relations who cannot be here tonight. Well, one item of business which we have the pleasure of conducting today is inducting a new member. So it's always an exciting time for us to have people who want to join, become an official member. And so, fellow Toastmasters, it is now our privilege to induct Asiel Bekbulatova as a new member into the Almaty Toastmasters Club. This is a happy and important occasion for Asiel and for our club. We now have an opportunity to help her learn, grow, and achieve. So, Asiel, would you please come forward to join me here? Asiel, as a member of the Almaty Toastmasters Club, you'll benefit from a proven program of self-development. Toastmasters is a worldwide organization dedicated to helping one another in a spirit of sharing and enjoyment. So, Asiel, membership in this club and in Toastmasters International places certain obligations upon you. This means you must work diligently toward your own self-development, evaluate others' speeches in a spirit of support and sharing, assist the club in reaching its goals, remain positive, and keep a smile on your face. Very good. Nice start. So, Asiel, please affirm your commitment to the Almaty Toastmasters Club by answering "I will" to the following statements. Do you promise to attend meetings regularly and prepare fully for each assignment?
I will.
To apply yourself to the program outlined in the Toastmaster Manual?
I will.
To participate actively in club activities?
I will.
To evaluate others in a positive, constructive manner?
I will.
To build open, friendly relationships with your fellow members?
Yes, I will.
And to bring other new members into the club so they can also gain the benefits of Toastmasters?
I will.
Okay, would all official members please stand and recite the pledge with me together? Official members only. So we, the members of the Almaty Toastmasters Club, pledge, 1, to support you in your quest for self-development,
To provide you with positive, helpful evaluations, to maintain a friendly, supportive atmosphere, to give you opportunities to help others, and to make your Toastmaster membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience.
So, welcome to the Toastmasters. And so now I would like to turn over our meeting today to our Toastmaster Toastmaster for the day. Joey Wakabing, Aisha.
Good evening, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Aisha, and I'm a member of Almaty Toastmasters Club. Glad to see all of you here today. A couple of words about the rules that we usually follow. First of all, please shake a hand of a Toastmaster and a Table Topics Master when you come up to the stage and when you leave it. Second one, please appreciate speakers when they deliver their speeches by listening and not disturbing them. You'll be given time to discuss about their speeches on our social gathering, which will be held after the meeting. And the last one, there is no need to thank the audience, since we need to thank you for that. Now let me introduce you volunteers who would help me to run this meeting. Next word would be given to our timer, Nur Sultan. Could you please tell us about your responsibilities and how much time every speaker would have?
Yes, of course. Hello everybody, my name is Sultan. Today I'm a timer. So let me to read some rules. So every speech or evaluation has a minimum and maximum length. A person should speak until they reach the minimum time limit indicated by green sign, and not go over the maximum time limit indicated by the red sign. The yellow sign means that you are halfway between the minimum and maximum time lengths. So please follow the time and enjoy the meeting.
Thank you very much, Sultan. Next rule sometimes looks funny during giving the reports, but it needs careful attention of a person to count filler words. So could you, Gunisa, tell us about your responsibilities?
Hello, my name is Gunisa. My role is a counter. The purpose of our counter is to note any overused words and sounds like so you know, and at the end of the meeting I will make my observation.
The following role is also very important to master our public speaking skills. That is grammarian. Andre is going to fulfill this role today. Could you please explain your duty, please, Andre?
Good morning, good evening, everyone. I'm a grammarian today, and the word of the day is actually it's idiom I decided for today, and the idiom is the grass is always greener on the other side, which means that what you have, you may think it's not very good that the other person has. And you may think, oh, I have my grass, I have a bad grass, I want something better, but it's about it. So.
Continuing the meeting, I would like to give you the tip of the day, which is take your chance to give your speech. If it is your first time, you can start from taking a role of a counter or a timer, then to give your impromptu or icebreaker speech. Take a chance to speak in front of people every time when you come here. So that's going to be your own celebration over your fears and your own celebration of making a step forward towards your goals to be a leader and a leader. By the way, talking about celebrations and holidays, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about February holidays. For example, today is the Umbrellas Day. It is dedicated for one of the invaluable inventions of a human being. We usually can appreciate its importance for us during rainy or snowy weather. Now we are moving to the next part of our meeting, prepared speeches. Our first speaker is going to be Dastan. Ilyas will be his evaluator. Could you explain us the objective of the project number 1, please, Ilyas?
Thank you. In this speech, new member is introducing himself to the audience. In this speech, he is breaking ice between him and the audience. From this speech, we should know from about the speaker information, and speakers has been advised to use notes if necessary, and not concerned be about gestures. Strive to have. Okay, that's all.
Thank son's favorite holiday is New Year because he likes gifts, tasty dishes, snow, nice music and beautiful decorations around. The son's biggest celebration was his school graduation, as it was his long-awaited freedom. Cats make him smile and he really enjoys off-piste skiing. Let's welcome our first icebreaker, the son, with his speech, Ice-Breaking Climber.
My speech is called Ice-Breaking Climber because I'm a climber. Usually I climb waterfalls and glaciers, so I'm literally breaking ice with ice tools. And there are three main things I want to tell you about myself. First thing is I'm a web developer, so I'm creating websites. The second thing is I'm a rock climber, also a mountain climber. And the third thing is I play guitar. So I'm a lead guitarist in a rock band. So, web developer. At grade 10 in school here in Kazakhstan, I received a scholarship to study A-levels in England. In my second year, I started blogging. There was a blog about mountaineering climbing in Kazakhstan. And so, when I graduated from A-levels, I planned to go to university, but there was some family problems that forced me to stay in Kazakhstan. So I wanted to find some way to earn money. And because I was already familiar with blogging, so with websites and search engine optimization and everything, I decided to pursue that field and started doing courses on Coursera, in programming, also web development courses on udemy.com. And gradually, I've built myself enough knowledge and confidence. Also, I was building some small and cheap websites for some guys from Russia. Found a web designer and some programmers. And so we started doing some commercial websites. So different level of difficulty, from like landing pages to some simple websites to some pretty complex e-commerce stores. So basically everything, well, I can do almost any type of website with my friends. The second thing is I'm a rock climber, also a mountain climber. These are two different kind of sports and activities. Rock climbing is a very safe sport. Basically, it's 95% safe. 5% is just it's human mistakes. So if your partner makes some mistake, then yeah, you can injure yourself. But that's it. And rock climbing, like expedition in rock climbing is when you train hard, like during the year, and then you take a long holiday and you go somewhere to the seashore with a beach that has some rocks. So you're climbing rocks, they're clean, so there isn't anything that can fall on you, and the safety bolts, everything is very safe, the ropes. So you just climb in the morning, in the evening. During the day you swim, you lie on the beach, eat fresh seafood and everything. In the evening you can go to a local club, dance with girls and everything. So it's a very pleasurable experience. Whereas mountain climber is when you're hungry, tired, but you're standing somewhere about 4,000 meters above sea level. And if it's in Almaty, from some peak you can even see Kapchigai during some sunny summer days. Not in winter. In winter it's all smoke. So that's what rock climbing and mountain climbing is. So I started doing rock climbing when I was 13. Then gradually I was planning to go into mountaineering, but there wasn't any chance because in Kazakhstan you can only start mountaineering from 16 years old. And at an age of 16, I went to mountain climbing club, and since then I'm a mountain climber. And the third thing is, rock guitar player. Well, just a guitar player, because I've started from classical guitar in school. Done about 5 years of guitar classes in school. Then I bought myself an electric guitar. Started playing it, and then with my friends we formed a rock band called 22 Frets. And we even gave some concerts in schools. And then there was about a 5-year break, and this year we've started again. So we're rehearsing and playing some songs. So maybe in future we're gonna give some gigs and concerts somewhere. So those are 3 things I wanted to tell you about. So first of all, I'm a web developer, then I'm a climber, an adventurer, and the third thing is I'm a guitar player. That's it.
Thank you very much, Aston, for your performance. Another holiday of February is Friends Day. True friends really make our lives happier. By the way, tomorrow is Make a Friend Day, so you can celebrate it by making new friends, being helpful and friendly for others. There are a lot of people here today, so we can start celebrating this day right from today. And do you like making new friends, Greg?
Now's a good time to talk to me, because I'm quite nervous. I love making new friends.
Okay.
Just kidding.
As you might guess, our next speaker is Greg. He's going to deliver his project number 7. Gohar is going to evaluate him. Can you, Gohar, explain the objective of the project number 7, please?
Yes, Greg's project is project number 7, research your topic. So I assume he has chosen a topic on which he has done a substantial amount of research. So probably he went to the library. So he's supposed to be using different sources of information and to carefully deliver that research in a nice way. Another specific purpose of this project is to use all the skills he learned in different projects, so vocal variety, body language, careful selection of words. So yeah, good luck, Greg.
Thank you, Gohar. As you already know, Greg is a member of our leadership team. He's our treasurer. His favorite holiday was backpacking through Zimbabwe in 1997. He thinks it is an amazing country with beautiful people and nature. Greg says he is an avid poker enthusiast, and his biggest celebration will come when he wins the World Series of Poker in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
People who are always cheerful and positive make Greg smile, as his fellow Toastmaster colleagues. It's so nice to hear, Greg. Please help me welcome Greg with his speech, Space.
I was only 17. Days old when United States astronaut Neil Armstrong walked into immortality. It was the 20th of July 1969 when he descended down the steps from Apollo 11, and in doing so became the first man to walk on the moon. This time, when he took those first steps, and he uttered those famous words that we all know: one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This was a defining moment in the history of the 21st century. A moment that captured the imagination of the whole world. It was estimated that over 500 million people watched or listened to that event live. Now, in 1969, there was only 3.5 billion people on this planet, about half of what there is now. So that means, by basic mathematics, that 1 in 7 people stopped what they were doing, put down their pen and pencils in the office, put down their tools in their workshop, and focused in on this event that was happening some 400,000 kilometres away. That was what mankind thought of space travel at that particular time. And that is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about our fascination for space and space travel. Why is it that we have such a desire to know more about this subject, and why is it that we pursue these objectives with a lot of endeavour? Well, let me tell you, there are a number of things which we are all born with. We have innate characteristics. Some of these characteristics we share amongst us. We all have them to different degrees. Well, it is 3 of these innate characteristics which are the predominant reasons why we have this fascination with space. Now, the first one is a simple thing called curiosity. Everyone, I think, knows what I mean by that. It is what makes us, when we're driving along the road and there's a mountain and you're looking at the mountain, and at some point you'll come to a question will come in your mind like, I wonder what's on the other side of that mountain. It's just something natural that happens. How is this related to space? Well, maybe it's obvious. I'm sure in the summer a lot of you have been in the park with your friends, maybe laying in the grass chatting, maybe having a few beers, and at some point you'll be laying there just not saying much, not doing much. Maybe it's the evening, or it could be the evening, and you'll be looking up at the stars, thinking what a beautiful night. And at some point you'll be thinking about what is out there. It's just our natural tendencies. The second innate characteristic that we all have inside of us is what is called, it's a wow-wee moment. Now you're probably wondering what I mean by that. What I mean is that we all have this desire to do things, to build and to make things, which other people will then look at later and say, wow-wee, did you do that? Wow-wee. Now, let me explain further, to give you some perspective maybe. Think of the Romans. Actually, think of the Egyptians, that's even better. 2,500 years ago, they created the pyramids in Giza. These huge structures, which at that time in history, we think now that what an amazing achievement that was. Not only were they huge, but they've lasted now 3,000 years to the current day. I know that most of us here, at some point we've read or listened or said ourselves to our friends, maybe like, God, those Egyptians, weren't they just amazing people? Wow, what did they do? You could also look closer to history with something like the Sistine Chapel. Who here has been to Rome and seen the Sistine Chapel? Anyone? What's your impression, Gorga? Did you have some, tell me, did you have
I had a wow-wee moment.
A wow-wee moment, there you go. I've been there, I've seen it. The frescoes on the walls, correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, the Michelangelo Last Supper on the ceiling. This is wow-wee. You just can't help but be amazed by what they did at such a long time ago. It's just amazing. How does this apply to space, you may ask? Well, space travel is quite new. So we haven't had so many wow-wee moments yet. But in the future, probably the International Space Station, that's somewhere out there on the outer zones of space, is sitting there accommodating tens of astronauts for years at a time. This is an amazing achievement. Perhaps the people in the future will say, those guys in the 21st and 20th century, they built that. Wow-wee. The third innate characteristic, the one in here, is that characteristic that we all have, that is, we want to be the best. We want to be first. Now, a lot of you in the room today might think, well, I don't need to be the best or first. I'm happy just to sit back in the pack and not make a lot of noise or whatever. But, we all have a little bit of that in us. At some point in our lives, we all want to be the best and be the first. Look back to the first civilization 60,000 years ago when man was in Africa. At some point they decided they want to leave Africa and start exploring whatever was out there. Well, part of that is curiosity, which we've already covered. But there's also that innate characteristic just to get out there and be the first to explore whatever was out there. Then throughout time, every century since, there's been achievements. There's been the guys that sailed the seven seas looking for new continents. There's the guys that these days that race to the North and the South Pole just to be the first to put the flag in to say, I was the first. In the 50s, who was the guy that went to the top of Everest? What was the reason he wanted to be the first to be on the top of the world? Well, in terms of space travel, maybe it's quite obvious. There's only so many things left we can do in the world these days. Most of the easy stuff's already been conquered. So, we have the last frontier. It's all out there for everyone to achieve. So those are the three main characteristics of why we have this fascination with space. I want to conclude by posing a question to everybody. Basically, I've said that these attributes are all in our DNA. It's like our birthright. But at some point, we have to say to ourselves, do we have a right, or do we have, at what point do we say that we don't have to follow this dream? At what point is enough enough? There's so many resources that we put into space travel, resources that potentially could put in other areas, that we just need to sit back down and think, what are we doing? Maybe in the 60s and the 50s it was a good time for space travel. Maybe it was seen as being the best thing to move man forward. But today, look at the world that we live in, for crying out loud. Ever since the Industrial Revolution 300 years ago, we've been on this quest to wipe out our planet, bulldozing jungles, extracting minerals like there's no tomorrow. Mother Nature cannot replenish Earth fast enough. So we need to civilization needs to look in the mirror, I think, and say, we have an obligation to our future, to our next generation, to look after our planet. Do we look after what we have here and try and protect it? Or do we follow our fanciful dreams up there?
Thank you, Greg, for making such an interesting research and speech. We have one more icebreaker tonight. Her favorite holiday is Novus. She likes it so much because she can finally feel the spring coming, and it makes her so happy. Her biggest celebration would be to have a small party by the beach to celebrate her wedding day. Good jokes make her smile. Please let's welcome our another icebreaker, Asiya, with her speech, What I've Learned About Life.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. My name is Asiya. I'm 24 years old and I do recruitment for a living. And you know, every single day I ask thousands of candidates looking for a job at my company to tell me about themselves. And you know, I always pretty much hear the same thing. They are smart, they are hardworking, they thrive under pressure, they're amazing. The problem is, they don't back it up. It only sounds good on paper. It's just words. So basically, not to be that boring, you know, because I have my perspective as a recruiter, I'm gonna spice things up. And I'm gonna talk about the lessons that I've learned in my life for the 24 years of my existence, even though it might sound funny for some people. So, to begin with, I'm the only child in my family. And you know what people say about those kids? They're really spoiled. They get what they want, right? Okay, I was no exception. I was spoiled. So basically in 1998, I was living in Russia with my family in Siberia. And actually we had a huge crisis in Russia that time. And it led to the shortage of the electricity in Russia. So basically we had electricity for only like 4 or 5 hours. I was really upset because at the time I was obsessed with this Pikachu, you know, the Pokemon Japanese cartoon, maybe somebody knows about it. So I was obsessed with Pikachu. And I had to run home every single day because it was only on air starting from 4 p.m. till 4:30 p.m. So I had to really run every single day to make it on time. So, and you know, some of the kids in my village, actually not some, everybody in my village used to play this kind of gambling game with the chips, and the chips actually had like Pokemon pictures on it. And they didn't have anything. And I was like, okay, I want to have some chips. So I made my grandparents actually go to a big city in Siberia. I made them travel 300 kilometers away from my hometown, and I got the entire set of chips. I was happy. I was beyond happy. The problem is that I lost all of my chips 2 days later. So the lesson that I learned is basically never gamble if you don't know the rules, if you don't know how to play by the rules. Okay, another lesson that I've learned in 5 years after this lesson was always check the meat you eat. It might sound funny, but let me tell you about what happened. I always wanted to get a puppy, and my grandparents actually promised me to get a puppy, but they couldn't. So my granddad used to have a big farm, so he would have a lot of cows and sheep and, you know, everything basically. So he gave me a horse. You know, the Kazakhs, you know, we have horses, we eat horses. And yeah, I was quite happy, but 6 months later we moved to Kazakhstan. So I had to leave my horse at my grandparents' farm. And 6 months more, basically they came to visit us. And again, you know how the Kazakhs are like. We would have a big celebration because the grandparents are here. So my mom and me, we cooked some beshbarmak, some of the Kazakh meals. And I asked my grandparent about my horse. And he said, well, you know, this is your horse. We're actually eating your horse. And I was so upset because, you know, I never expected something like this to happen. So I stopped eating meat for like 1 year. But now I'm eating meat again. So the lesson that I learned is to always double check about the meat that I eat, because it might happen to be my horse. Okay, fast forward into the age of 21, when I was, you know, standing in a beautiful row, and I hold a diploma in my hand. And if somebody would have told me that I would graduate with a distinction, majoring in international business from the University of Nottingham, I would never believe it. Because when I first came, I had no idea how to write an essay. I had no idea how to enroll in a course online. I actually had no idea, you know, how to critically evaluate a topic. I had no idea. So despite all of the countless nights at the library studying before the finals, fighting for the seat at the library because, you know, there were a lot of Chinese students and they're really competitive and they study 24/7 and they will make sure that they have their seat 24/7. So we were actually fighting for the seats. I actually learned that hard work always pays off. So if you put your back into it, you will always get what you want. So to conclude, as a recruiter and as a human being, I always like hearing stories about people. It may be a story of success, it may be a story of a failure, it might be a love story. And I truly believe that there is a lesson to be learned about every single one of them. Madam Toastmaster?
Thanks, Asiya, for sharing your own life lessons with us. It was fascinating. February is also big for family fun months. I know that Ayum likes baking. What is your favorite dessert that you like to bake?
To bake cake, probably.
Yeah. Okay, Ayum loves all the holidays, but she does not celebrate most of them because every day is a holiday for her. She really loves birthdays. The most memorable celebration was her graduation day and her prom night. It was a very exciting day for Ayum. Simple things make her smile, like good weather, productive day, and cheerful music. All of that make her feel good. Ayum is our regular member, and she's going to make her project number 7 as Greg just delivered it. Join me in welcoming Ayum with her project titled Limitation Can Be a Good Idea.
What type of social network do you know?
Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. Come on, guys. Twitter, yeah. Snapchat, YouTube, Google+, all of them. And what do you use mostly? Facebook, then? Twitter. WhatsApp, Instagram, yeah? According to statistics, the most popular social network sites are Facebook with 900 million users, then goes the Twitter with 310 million users, LinkedIn 255 million users, then the list goes on like Google+, Instagram, VK, and etc. Can you believe that I was an active user of all of them? I posted pictures and short videos on Instagram. If you're my follower, then I know what I'm talking about. I've uploaded videos from different kind of events and activities on YouTube, reading news on Facebook, talking, chatting on VK, WhatsApp, Viber, then just sharing my favorite music on Google+, telling about my current state, my certain opinion about certain things on Twitter, you know, just an entertain, right? But, you know, what does it mean? It means that my virtual life was full of life because my real life was full of life. But anyway, at some point, the social networks has the bad side and the other side. Like, it is good to keep in touch with the people so that you won't lose the connection with your friends, relatives. You always know who does what and where, but there is the other side of the truth. The major drawbacks of them are decreased productivity, lack of privacy, and particularly time-consuming. That was my problem, actually. And due to the Cornell University's research, social media sites can make us more difficult for us to distinguish the real relationships that we foster in the real world and the numerous casual relationships that that are formed through the social media. And as well as the distraction leads to the less productivity, and moreover, it's encouraged people to be more public because intimate detail of your lives can be posted so easily. Well, sometimes I'm extremely extroverted person. I like sharing, I like talking, I like with people. So, and until I understood that, and the most used social network was Instagram. I love just, sitting and watching, scrolling, liking, commenting, answering to the questions. That was really interesting for me. But until I understood that I became so obsessive, I became so addictive so that I just could spend hours and hours just sitting. And, there was a moment when I said to myself, like, uh-oh, situation went out of control. And I just asked myself, like, do I really need this? Do I really, does this really worth my time? Is it a good investment for my future? Then okay, of course, the answer was no. And what did I do? I just restricted myself from the internet. I just deactivated my page, but I knew that I will be back, and I did, indeed, after a month. But 4 amazing weeks without internet, it was just amazing. I just set up my goals, I just did what I really loved. And I'm still doing, I'm full of energy, recording videos, this is my hobby, this is what I like to do. But Now I understood that entertainment is good until it's not harmful. The grass is on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. It is okay, it is good just watching others people live sitting, but we better focus on our own life. And as I study economics, like, there is a principle which says there is the cost of something is what you give up to get it. So don't give so much time and don't get anything. Instead, it's not the solution. So sometimes you need to restrict yourself. The right and the rational limitation can be a good. Thank you, and good idea.
Thank you very much, Ayub, for your performance. Please take one sticker from your agenda and vote for the best prepared speaker. Who was the best one in your mind? And you can also write a couple of words what exactly you liked about their speeches. I hope everybody is done. The next part would be given to our dear evaluators. Being an evaluator is so challenging and important for speakers. I'm sure that our evaluators will give constructive feedback. So our first evaluator is going to be Ilyas, who is going to evaluate Dastan's speech. Give you a warm welcome to Ilyas, please.
Hello again. Dastan, you did a great job. Dastan is a friend of mine, and I said him to enjoy to this club, and I'm mentoring him, and I'm very glad that he is so active, and it's a great example for other people. About the speech, the first point, what strong points does the speaker already have? I think you already have your body language, so natural, and you stay calm, and your pronunciation is good, and English is good, and structure of your speech was really good, because you have introduction, body, and some conclusion. Of course, it's not so perfect, but anyway, for your first speech, it's great, because main point to introduce yourself to the audience. And second is how well did audience get to know the speaker. I think very well, because your hobby it's your second nature, you know. And you told us about your three hobbies. First, it's like climbing, mountain rocking, and guitar, and web designing and web programming. I think everybody get to the point about you, about your hobbies. Did the speech reflect adequate preparation? Yes, I think it had adequate preparation, because you almost didn't use your notes, and you stay calm, and you know what about talking, like first point, second point, and last point, and conclusion. Did the speech have definite opening, body, and conclusion? As I told, it had a good opening, body, and conclusion. You almost didn't use notes, as I said before. And what would the speaker have done differently that would have improved the speech? I think maybe you should speak more about your family, and I don't know, did you say about how old are you and where are you born? Are you from Almaty? Something about yourself, like some facts, just short, like few sentences. I think it will be better. And maybe it's vocal variety, but in future you will improve it. at all. It was great speech. And what did I really like? It's a good English, good structure, good body language, good eye contact, and at all it was very good. And I'm looking for your next speech. Welcome to Toastmaster Club.
Thank you very much, Ilyas, for your evaluation. Our second speaker was Greg, who just completed project number 7 titled Space. He will be evaluated by another our club member, Gauhar. Please greet Gauhar with your loud applauses.
Greg, you've completed your project number 7, research your topic. You've done it really well, congratulations. I loved it, you know, it speaks for, I think I would speak for everyone. I think everyone in this room loved your speech. First of all, I think the topic selection was amazing. I'm reading this book by a Canadian astronaut, Chris Hadfield, so I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, he's doing a speech on that, and I'm reading this book, so I think it's really interesting. The main purpose of this project is to show that you've done some substantial amount of research, and I think you've done it. And the main goal is to fill the gaps in your existing knowledge. So I really like the fact that you didn't just, you know, give us a lot of, you know, statistics and information. You were talking about things we knew about, and then you filled, you know, gaps in our knowledge, you know, by using historical facts to support your points, by using estimations. I really loved how you simplified statistics to support your point, because sometimes statistics can be tricky. You know, if you say, oh, according to, you know, UN statistics, you know, in 1969 this happened, like, it can get very boring. So by simplifying it and saying that 1 out of 7 people, you know, was watching how man landed on the moon, I think it's really important during a speech, because you know, we don't actually see the information, so it's really important that we can understand what you're saying. So that was a great point. The structure of your speech was excellent too. You had a great introduction. Body was very good as well. You used a lot of examples, and I really like the fact that you used you know, timeline. Like, now we are landing on the moon and exploring space. 3,000 years ago this was happening, and you used a good body language and vocal variety by, you know, showing the space was there and how, like, you know, showing the pyramids and everything. So I think you've used the skills you learned in the previous projects. But your vocal variety was great too. Like, I never heard people saying "wow, we," but now I'm going to use it. It's amazing. One thing I would suggest is to make, your conclusion was very powerful, but I think it could have been a bit shorter. Like, you don't need many examples in your conclusion, because it was already so powerful. You don't need to explain your point all over again. I think you should have stopped when you said, you know, space is the frontier, and it was, I think it was excellent. But other than that, I don't even know what to suggest. I loved your speech. It was great. Congratulations, and now time is up, so thank you for
Thank you, Gauhar. Another active member of our club, Radha, will be evaluating our third speaker, Asiya, who just finished your first project. Please help me welcome Radha.
Good evening, dear friends. Asiya. First of all, I want to congratulate you with giving your icebreaker speech. Those who gave the first speech know how exciting it is. So let me move to the evaluation itself. So the first question is, what strong points does the speaker already have? First of all, I think it's clear structure, because your speech had a clear opening, body and conclusion. And icebreaker was speaking loud, which is very good since we are in a big room and those who are sitting in the end of the room can hear. So it was very good point. How well did the audience get to know the speaker? Very well, because Asiya shared information about her childhood. She shared some information about her student life. Moreover, she has shared with us life lessons she learned and stories connected to that lessons. Did the speech reflect adequate preparation? Definitely, because Asiya didn't use the notes, and this proves that she was prepared very well. Did the speaker talk clearly and audibly? Yes, Asiya's speech was very clear and audible. Did the speech have a definite opening, body, and conclusion? I've already mentioned that. It was very clear. So, about use of notes, I've already said that you didn't use, but just for information, those who give their first speech can use the notes. And what could the speaker have done differently that would have improved the speech? Actually, everything was very excellent, but still think of smiling more when you give your speech. And what did I like about the presentation? I liked that the speaker was very confident, which everyone could see, I think. The speaker was very well prepared, and I liked that your eye contact and body language was good, like professional speakers. Your level of English is very high, and let me finish again by congratulating you and wishing you to become an official member sooner, so like you start your leadership journey here with us in Toastmasters, in Almaty Toastmasters.
Thank you very much, Shreya. And our final evaluator is another club member, Foul Club, and he's long-time regular and very active member. He will evaluate Ayım's speech, or to be more precise, your project number 7. Join me in welcoming Bigzot.
Good evening, everybody, one more time. Okay, thank you very much for your speech, Ayım. I was really impressed. You know that when you prepare a speech, there are certain rules which you should take into account. Like you should know the audience, because if I'm spoken in front of, let's say, retired people, this topic might not be so interesting. So it's very important to choose appropriate topic, and I think she did a good job in this regard. This first thing, and the beginning was also interesting. You started challenging audience, which is really good. And there's another thing which I really liked. You started counting different social websites like Facebook, Twitter, and I hope that it will turn into rap later on, but it didn't happen. But maybe in your next speeches it will be like it. It's really nice, you know, the way you pronounce, let's say, this word. There was a feeling that it's like there is a rhythm. It was really nice, and I personally enjoyed it very much. And you did it several times during your speech, which I think your uniqueness. And the topic was very challenging, and I would like to talk about first of all technical stuff. Your voice modulation was really nice. Whenever it was necessary, you stopped, you paused. Whenever it's necessary, you spoke fast, and so it was really nice. It means that you are good at working with your voice. It was audible enough. Everybody, in my opinion, managed to hear you very well. You used your hands. Gestures were really nice. It's very important, and it's recommended to use your gestures. And you use facial expressions pretty well as well, because it's also a part of your speech. If you want to have impressive, effective speech, you have to use all these techniques in order to be remembered later on. And I believe that everybody would remember you, how you counted these sites, let's say, and the way you deliver your speech. And let's continue. So, as I told before, the topic was quite relevant to the audience, and in my opinion, you did a good research, but I believe that your speech was based entirely on your experience, and I think you didn't, worry too much or spend a lot of time researching this topic, because you have been doing it the whole of your life since you started being a member of social network website. And the topic, there were statistics as well, which is recommended in this speech project. You mentioned Facebook and how many members are there, which is good. And let me see, the purpose of the speech was clear enough to my mind. So as I understood, it's good to have social network website, to be a member of this, be active, but you have to know the major. If there's no major, you might be spoiled in many senses. This is very important, not only in networking or in the website, but in everything, I believe. And it was very well organized. Your body language and vocal variety was very effective. What I could recommend you for the next time is it would be better if you use high-tech, visual aids to show some pictures from Facebook or whatever. It might be, I think, more entertaining. And in general, it was really nice. What I really liked the topic, the way you deliver it, examples, personal examples, which is very strong, and your nice voice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Exot. Our evaluators don't think that grass is always greener on the other side, because they managed to see both pros and cons of prepared speeches. Dear friends, please don't forget to use the expression of the day on your speeches. Now it is time to vote for the best evaluator. Please take another sticker from your agenda and write down the name of the person who you liked among evaluators. I would like to give a turn for our table topics master, Tom, who is going to present his speech, Famous Loves, dedicated for St. Valentine's Day. Please give your warm welcome to our President, Tom.
We've been doing the theme of biographies for a while now, so I thought it was only right, since Valentine's Day is so close, to not just do a single biography, not Don Quixote, not some famous lovers, but to choose a few famous loves. And what is the big movie that's come out in the last month? Many, but of course, Star Wars is the one that comes to my mind. And when I was a kid, I watched the Star Wars movie. And if you watched it when you were young, I thought that Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker were going to end up together. Only to be disgusted later when I found out they were brother and sister. Because in the first movie, it wasn't clear. And then we found out it was the dashing, handsome Han Solo who became the love of Princess Leia's life. Well, we're going to do it a little differently today. So we need a couple volunteers. So I will choose our newest member, Asel. Can you come up here, please? And then we need two guys to come up here as well. Let's choose to the left of Nur Sultan. What's your name?
Nurjan.
Nurjan, can you come up here, please? And we need one more guy to come up here. One of you, you're not safe in the back. Yes, you, straight down there. Come up here. And so you're going to have 1 to 2 minutes to give your table topic speech. And so you will be, let's see, Luke Skywalker. You will be Han Solo. You will be Princess Leia. And so you will have, as Han Solo, well, first Luke had the first tips. Luke, you will go first, 1 to 2 minutes, to tell us, Princess Leia, why you love her, why she's so amazing, getting her to choose you. Then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to get Princess Leia to choose you, and then Princess Leia, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to choose one of them and tell us why he stole your heart. What was it about his speech? So, timer, where's the timer begin? 1 to 2 minutes for each. Let's begin.
Leia, when I first saw you, I've never thought that in just first sight, I would feel that trembling in my heart. And I wouldn't even think that missing a single minute without your face in front of mine would be so hard for me to bear. It felt like it was an unbearable condition. And I believe, and I know that without you being near me, without you walking by my side, in this hard walk, in this war against Darth Vader, we have to stand together because your love for me will make me stronger and my love for you will protect you. Leia.
Now let's find out if the grass is greener on the other side. Han Solo.
Han Solo. Han Solo. Leila. Don't believe him. I know. It doesn't protect you. I'm really like it because you are amazing. You'll be mother of my sons in the future. What can I say? I'm really protected because I'm strong. I'm realized. I'm what can I say?
Not your brother.
If you choose me, I promise you, I will be the best for you. I will be choose one because you're my favorite person in the whole world.
Princess Leia, the floor is yours.
Left side.
It's really difficult to make this choice, but I must do this. And Hans, you know that you are a strong man and you can protect me, but it's a war and it's not a good time to have children. I'm so sorry, and I'm sure that you will find another love, but my choice is good. I will follow you.
Alright. Thank you all for being a good sport, doing a wonderful job. So our next love triangle isn't from characters in the movies. It's actors who play characters in movies. So now we need 2 women and 1 guy. And so let's see. Oh yes, we have, come on up, Badajan, will be the guy. Let's have, is it Coralie? Yes, come up. And then we need 1 from this side. No, the one with the finger going, you come up the thumb. Come up here. So it's Bauer. And I forgot your name. Alright.
Yes.
Okay, well. So you will fight for him. But as you know, that, just wait, I'll explain. So as you all know, many hearts were broken because there was a romance that everyone liked, because one of the friends, Jennifer Aniston, was going with who?
Bradley.
Brad Pitt. And what was their name together called?
Brandy.
No, Brangelina came later, yeah. But before. So anyway, but it was Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston were an item, and everyone's hearts were crushed because they were supposed to be the perfect couple. And then Brad found Angelina Jolie. And so they became Brangelina, right? And so you must start first, Jennifer.
But I know the outcome is like.
Who knows? You can change history here. You have the opportunity to change destiny. So Jennifer, you go first, then Angelina, and then Brad will go third.
Go get it.
Timer starts.
Go, Jennifer, go. Right. Brad, you should know. All things that happened with us. It was my great years with you. And you teach me, from you I learned a lot of things. And I'm really grateful for you that you give me a chance to be with you and learn from you. And I really enjoy every second that I be with you. And I think that we're a good couple. We can have kids in future, I suppose. and I think that we can create a better world
With our kids?
with our kids, and we can change the community and say. And just when I see your face, this is not a thing that I would change. Cause you're amazing, just the way you are. Friends, you know I'm Angelina. So you're an actor, I'm an actress. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you must marry me. Aniston had several years of happy. It's my turn now. We're going to have I feel we are going to have about 6 children, maybe 7. It's our destiny. Just Brett, imagine we can be all together. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. 6. Never mind.
Never mind?
Yes, Little Smith.
Little
So
Smith.
just, we will, I know our name, like Brangelina. No, Brangelina is like something alcoholic, yes.
I love this drink, yeah.
Yeah. It's all just the best alcoholic like I do.
Okay.
Aniston doesn't have so much tattoos like I do. I can't show it right now. Just marry me.
Later?
I will bring an idea. So just make a choice.
Okay.
Just remember, now it's my turn. Please.
Okay. No, it's good, yeah. Yeah, that's it?
That's it.
Okay. Alright, so that's my turn. Yes, let's make it choose. Okay. First of all, I like when the girl call me the bread. It's just, it's make me like feel I'm pretty and handsome. So, but I like the way that you said that, it's the better life and without the kids because all the noise, that stuff, yeah. I feel you. What about you? That said that you would show something like, Angelina Jolie, stuff like that, the drink and you sing the song that's Bruno Mars. I like it. You're not. But the thing is, everybody thinks it's obviously church, Brad and Angelina and this. But I like to go back sometimes and to make some, the mistakes I did and to make some change the history. So I went to Jennifer Aniston because she is so amazing. So and I choose Jennifer Aniston.
Thank you all. That's right, you really can't make a bad choice in these situations. So as we go back in history, we have another famous couple. It was Cleopatra. And who were the two loves of her life? On one hand it was Julius Caesar. On the other hand was Mark Antony. And so two of the most powerful men in the world, and she one of the most powerful women in the world. So we need 3 more volunteers to come up. Who would like to be Cleopatra? How about in pink? You wore the wrong color today. You're really standing out. And now we need 2 men. How about you, sir? Right there, one. And now we need one from this side again, maybe in the back, left there. Yes, the one looking the other way. With the beard. Let's have the man. So with the beard will be Mark Antony. With the tie will be Julius Caesar. And here's our lovely Cleopatra.
And who am I?
Mark Antony.
I have no idea.
We'll make it up as you go. We will have Julius Caesar go first, then Mark Antony, and Cleopatra.
Okay. I'm really sorry I was late. I was on the other side. All I can say is this grass is definitely greener. Okay, so my darling, I see you are wearing the beautiful pink, just like you always do when I come to see you. My eyes are only here for you. My heart is open and I'm ready to do whatever you desire. Is that right so far?
Yes, I think you still have 30 more seconds.
Huh?
You still have 30 more seconds to
30 more
complete your
seconds.
speech.
Okay, but it's a good start, right?
Yes, it's a great start.
I'm sorry I finished early. I definitely make sure I will last much longer next time. Of course, you really do have another option here, another opportunity. But I'm sure after you've had time to think, we will get back to the way it usually is, where it's usually a case of, especially in England, grab your coat.
I'm not going to offer you any wheat or any advice, but when the first time I saw you, and it was like a lot from the first time, and I remember in Egypt nights were really nice, and I remember when we were walking and the stars were above us. Can you remember how cool it was? And well, I think when I'm gonna go back to my business trip, and I'm gonna return here again, I think we can have a chat again. Yeah.
Cleopatra.
I don't know. I know. I will let my head, and I will choose.
No pressure.
Thank you.
We'll need a short speech to go with the choice.
I love him.
That'll do.
What are your names again? What are your actual names?
Antonio Banderas.
You have Darren and then Aida and who's Alisher? Okay, Alisher. And so there's another very famous couple, a famous love. They were in a tropical paradise. It was the very first man, Adam, and the very first woman, Eve. And there was no love triangle. It was just the two of them. But I love what one of the comedians said, is how did woman get her name? And we heard the phrase wowie today. But when Adam woke up from his sleep after the Lord had taken a rib from his side and created woman, he turned over and looked and said, "Whoa, man." And that's how we got woman. It's a play on words. So I would like to turn back to our Toastmaster. Before I do that, we need to take an opportunity to vote for best table topic speakers from here. So please stand up when I call your name. Abide. Right there. We have Nurjan. Right here. Stand. Nurjan. Then we have Asia. We have Aradim. Kurdalai. And then Bauer. And then the last we have Darren, Aida, and Ali Sher. Please vote for best table topic speaker.
Thank you very much, Tom, for your table topic session. It was awesome. Now it is turn to get reports from our general evaluators. I would like to have my up counter, Gulnisa, first to listen to your report. Please welcome Gulnisa.
So actually, speakers use filler sounds rather than words. Astan said 2A, 1M. Greg didn't use any filler words and sounds. Asia used 4A, 2M, and some words like so and. Ayim used 3M, 2A, and words like so and. Gohar use also sounds like A, M. Jadra use 2A, 1M, and Bigzot use 2A, 1E, and words and. So that's it.
Thank you, Vanessa. Next, our reporter will be our Marian, Andrei. Please welcome Andrei.
I will start with the use of the word of the day. Actually, it's the idiom of the day, and it was used twice. It was used first by Ayum, yes, the word of the day, and Darren, and he even made a joke of the word of the day. So, okay, and about some mistakes in pronunciation and in grammar. So, Dastan, you said pursue, and it's really pursue, or pursue. Basically, a ball above, and fall. I just heard fall in you. Maybe you said fall on you. I just misheard. And Greg, you didn't have any mistake, but you said very good expression. I think walked into immortality. That's a very good word. And, Asia, I was beyond happy, you said. Asia. And instead of I was beyond happiness. And you said 6 months more, but you would better say after 6 months. Then I am. You said and etc. Is this correct? Or just etc. It's end. The sentence etc. It does not end etc. Then Ilyas, you said just at all. I said I think it's better to say to all in all, not at all. You said just to all in all. It was your speech was great, but go hard, no comments. Jadra, Asia speech instead of Asia's speech. Sorry, missed this S ending. Bigzot, no comments. Nurjan, I will be the best for you instead of I will be the best for you. Then we had, yes, Nurjan is the table topic speaker, so next one is Bauer. It makes me, instead of just careless mistake, it makes me, not it make me. Coralai said several years of happy instead of several years of happiness. And Aralyn, it was my great year. No, we can have a kids. Maybe not a kids, but we can have just kids. Yes, this is all.
And our last volunteer is going to be our timer, Nursultan. Please greet Nursultan.
It was a fantastic evening. So let me be brief. So Dastan time was out of 6 minutes, 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Greg time was out of 7, it was 9 minutes and 37 seconds. Asia's speech lasted for 5 minutes and 48 seconds out of 6. IM's speech was out of 7 minutes, 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Ilyas Batyrev evaluation lasted for 2 minutes and 35 seconds out of 3 minutes. Gauhar's 3 minutes, 12 seconds out of 3 minutes. Jadra's evaluation lasted for 2 minutes and 38 seconds out of 3 minutes. Birzos evaluation was 3 minutes and 24 seconds out of 3 minutes. Tom, you did very well. You were very on time. Your part lasted for 18 minutes and 20 seconds out of 21 minutes. So, Asel, let me brief. Asel's decision was 50 seconds out of 2 minutes. Nurjan's speech lasted for 1 minute and 12 seconds out of 2 minutes. Abai's proposal was 1 minute out of 2 minutes. Baurjan made decision in 1 minute and 4 seconds out of 2 minutes. Coralai proposed her love for 1 minute and 19 seconds out of 2 minutes. Araylan out of 2 minutes, 1 minute and 21 seconds. Alisher, Mark Anthony, you were very fast, so your timing was 40 seconds out of 2 minutes. Caesar, it was like 1 minute and 7 seconds out of 2 minutes. Aida made a choice in 35 seconds out of 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nursultan. Now it is time to announce the best speakers. The best prepared speaker is Greg. The best evaluators, we have 2 evaluators. they got the same number of voices. They are Gohar. Congratulations. And the best impromptu speaker is Abay. Well done, guys. So today I presented you some of the holidays of February. Tom also told you about one of the beautiful holidays of February, St. Valentine's Day. Topic was dedicated for that holiday. February was also announced as a month of library lovers, cat health month, and chocolate month. You can find your own reason to make your day brighter and happier. As it is said in a popular quote, yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, and only today is the gift. This is why it is called the present. So accept every day as a gift or a holiday which is full of opportunities and pleasant moments. Thank you for participating, for coming, and for those who want to volunteer for the next meeting, please raise your hands. Who wants to give speeches?
So I'm volunteering for Yernur wants to give a speech next week. He couldn't be here today.
Yernur?
Yernur.
Project number 1, right?
No, he's already completed. He's coming from Austin, joining us from Austin.
Yeah. Project number?
He will say in future.
He'll say it's an advanced project.
Prepare. Abay? Prepared speech, right?
Yeah,
Icebreaker?
smash some ice.
What?
Let's break some ice.
Okay.
I can get an encounter.
Up counter, Aramia, okay.
Who's being okay?
Arrival counter.
Do we have timer? Sil? Who wants to be grammarian? Evaluators? You? Grammarian?
I'll be Toastmaster.
Toastmaster, okay, great. Does somebody want to be a table topics master?
Has to be a member.
Evaluators? Grammarian? Okay. You? Andrei? Okay, for those who came here for the first time, please leave your contact details. I would like to call on our president to close the journal meeting.
Well, I want to say great job to Aisha for doing a great job as Toastmaster, being very professional, being very organized and together. And thank you all who are willing to participate in our meeting. Toastmasters works because everyone joins in and is active, being proactive, not being passive. And so that's why we're glad to see you all here. With that, I'd like to adjourn our meeting until next week.